Welcome to this lecture on the overview of agribusiness and its importance in the economy. So, in this session, we'll explore how agribusiness, one of the most vital sector, powers economies, sustain communities, and drives development. From farm inputs to the food on your table, agribusiness connects every part of the supply chain, creating jobs, ensuring food security, and boosting our economic growth. So join me as we dive into how agribusiness operates within the Philippines and across Asia, and discover why the sector is key to sustainable development and global trade. My warm greetings to everyone and welcome to my video lecture presentation about overview of agribusiness and its importance in the economy. My name is Michael Victor Gonzalez from West Visayas State University, College of Agriculture and Forestry. So let's begin our lecture proper. So the definition and scope of agribusiness as defined uh, that refers to the collective business activities performed from farm to market, encompassing the entire value chain of agricultural products. So this includes the supply of agricultural inputs, the production, processing, the distribution, and marketing of food and fiber products. Agribusiness integrates various components of the agricultural industry such as seed, supply, machinery, agrochemicals, production, processing, storage, transportation, distribution, and retail sales. So, input suppliers are the companies that provide seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and farm machinery. In the Philippines, for instance, companies like Universal Harvester and SL Agritech are significant players in the supply of agricultural inputs. Then, the most important in our agriculture landscape are the farmers. They are the producers who grow crops or raise livestock. So, in Southeast Asia, smallholder farmers dominate the landscape, particularly in countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Then our processors. So these are the companies involved in the processing of raw agricultural products into consumable goods. For example, Jollibee Food Corporation, one of the largest fast food chains in the Philippines, relies heavily on the local agribusinesses for its food supply chain. Then our retailers. So these are the entities that sell agricultural products to end consumers. So our supermarkets and also our wet markets and also our online platforms fall on this category. So let's proceed to the agribusiness as a critical sector in the industry. So when we say critical, it means it's very important, especially for its contribution to our GDP or our gross domestic product. So in many developing countries, especially in Asia, agribusiness contributes significantly to GDP. So in the Philippines, agriculture, forestry, and fishing accounted for approximately 9 to 10% of GDP in recent years. Similarly, in countries like Thailand, Vietnam, agribusiness plays a substantial role in economic output. Okay, then for employment. So agribusiness is a major source of employment, particularly in our rural areas. So in the Philippines, around 25 to 30% of the labor force is employed in the agricultural sector. Then our food security. Agribusiness is central to ensuring our food security by providing the necessary infrastructure and processes for efficient food production and also for distribution. So in Asia, where rice is a staple food, agribusinesses involved in rice production and distribution, which are crucial in maintaining our food security. So let's proceed to economic contribution of agribusiness. So first, uh, its role in exports. Agribusinesses plays a vital role in the export economy of many Asian countries. Like in our country, in the Philippines, our we are considered as a major exporter of products like coconut oil, bananas, and pineapples due to the favorable climatic condition in our country. That is why we produce abundantly of this uh, commodity. These agricultural exports contribute significantly to the country's foreign exchange earnings. Similarly, Thailand and Vietnam are leading exporters of rice, contributing to their strong trade balances. Then, as part of the economic contribution is the rural development. So the agribusiness drives rural development by providing jobs, improving our infrastructure, and promoting a adapt, adoption of new technologies. In the Philippines, programs like the Agribusiness Support for Promotion and Investment in Regional Exposition, or ASPIRE, aim to enhance the rural development by supporting our small-scale farmers and agribusinesses. So the rural development is also supported through cooperative movements in countries like India, where dairy cooperatives have significantly uplifted the rural economies. Then, the economic contribution of agribusiness in terms of poverty reduction. So, by generating employment and income, so agribusiness somehow plays a critical role in poverty reduction. In many Southeast Asian countries, agribusiness initiatives targeted smallholder farmers and have helped reduce poverty levels. For example, the coconut industry in the Philippines has been instrumental in lifting many rural communities out of poverty through cooperative farming and value added processing. Then, the global agribusiness trends. The global trends in agribusiness, such as the adoption of digital agriculture, the shift towards sustainable farming practices, and the increasing demand for organic products, are shaping the future of our industry. So these trends influence international trade as countries adapt their agricultural practices to meet the global standard and market demands. So in Asia, countries like Japan, South Korea are leading the way in smart farming and precision agriculture, influencing our regional agribusiness practices. Then let's proceed to agribusiness in the Philippine context. So, as part of the key sectors in our country, which is rice, which are we considered as our staple food in our country and is a critical sector within the agribusiness industry. So the government rice tariffication law has had significant impact on both rice production and importation, affecting the entire value chain from farmers to consumers. So I have a separate lesson regarding this as we discuss it thoroughly and understand how rice tariffication law uh, make a very huge impact to our economy. So may you visit also that video so that we can be able to uh, uh, have a wider perspective on its impact in our agribusiness. Then another key sector is the coconut. So the Philippines is one of the world's top producers of coconut and coconut products. So the coconut industry is vital for our rural livelihoods, particularly in Mindanao and the, the Visayas region. So the Philippine Coconut Authority plays a crucial role in regulating and supporting this sector. And also our aquaculture. The Philippines is also a major producer of fish and seafood, with aquaculture being a significant contributor to the economy. So the government support through the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources has been instrumental in promoting sustainable aquaculture practices. Then, the government policies and initiatives. So the agricultural modernization, where the Philippine government has launched several initiatives aimed at modernizing agriculture, such as the Philippine Rural Development Project, which focuses on enhancing the agricultural value chain and increasing the farmers' income. And also the government policies and initiatives. Support for smallholder farmers. Programs like the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program and the Agricultural Competitiveness Enhancement Fund are designed to support our smallholder farmers by providing them with resources and access to markets. Then, the principles of management and their application to agri-based enterprises. So, first, the fundamentals of management. We have four functions. First is the planning. So, this involves setting objectives and determining the best course of action to achieve them. So, in agribusiness, planning might include crop selection, resource allocation, or and financial forecasting. So these are somehow considered vital in the success of your agribusiness. Next function of the management is organizing. So this function involves arranging resources and tasks to achieve the organization's objective. So in agri-based enterprises, organizing may involve creating an effective farm layout, coordinating supply chains, and ensuring your proper logistics as part of your organizing. Then, leading. Leading is about motivating and also directing people to achieve organizational goals. So, effective leadership in agribusiness requires a better understanding in the unique challenges of agricultural production and being able to inspire a workforce that often works under a what we call difficult conditions. Then controlling. Controlling ensures that the organization's activities are aligned with its goals. So in agribusiness, this might involve monitoring your crop yields, managing your budgets, and ensuring the compliance with agricultural regulations. Next is planning in agribusiness. Strategic planning in agribusiness involves identifying long-term goals and the resources needed to achieve them. So, for example, a farm might plan to diversify its crops to reduce risk or invest in new technology to increase productivity. Then, as part of the application in agri-based enterprises, is organizing our agricultural enterprises. Organizing an agribusiness involves structuring the farm or your business in a way that maximizes efficiency. This could involve the physical arrangement of farm operation, as what we can see here in the picture. Establishing your supply chain network and coordinating with suppliers and distributors, as what we can see here in the photo, where a farmer was able to arrange its or establishing its supply chain networks using technology. Then leadership in agri-based enterprises or business. Leadership requires adaptability with and also its ability to manage a diverse workforce. So in the Philippines, agribusiness leaders must often navigate these challenges such as labor shortage, our climate change, and fluctuating market prices. So being a leader in your industry and in your field, these things are part of your endeavor that needs to be overcome. And then controlling agribusiness performance. So controlling in agribusiness involves tracking the performance of your various aspects of business, from production to sales. So this could include monitoring crop health, managing your managing your financial performance, and ensuring that production processes meet equality standards. So here, the following are our references gathered for this lecture. So thank you very much for being part of this lecture presentation. So stay tuned, and I will be uploading another video related to this subject. So thank you very much, and have a good day to everyone.